What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Ilunga Makabu versus Thabiso Mchunu 2, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBC Cruiserweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, January 29th from the Packard Music Hall in Warren, Ohio, and this fight was broadcasted on Fight TV. And in this fight, Ilunga Makabu was able to get a highly controversial split decision victory over Thabiso Mchunu in their rematch. So I'm just going to say this bluntly. This was a robbery. I personally scored this bout 118 to 110 in favor of Thabiso Mchunu. I clearly thought that he outboxed Makabu thoroughly throughout this fight, and I'll break down why I thought that later on. But to list the judges' score totals, two judges had it 115 to 113, one having it for Makabu, one having it for Mchunu, and one judge had it 116 to 112 in favor of Makabu. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I think all three of those scorecards are way too just not in favor of Mchunu. I even think the scorecard that was in favor of Mchunu was pretty bad. I think that was way too close, and I think they were all just off. So yeah, Thabiso Mchunu boxed very, very well early on. Like after the first 4 rounds, I was thinking, wow, this fight is going to be very, very close, competitive. I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest. The only rounds I did give to Makabu were rounds 2 and 3. And at that point, I was like, wow, this fight could be really close. Like their first fight, who knows, it could end in a knockout. And I personally thought that Makabu was going to do the same thing, be down by a couple of points, but then get the stoppage. But no, I mean, he got outboxed throughout this fight. And you possibly could have given Makabu maybe one more round, making it 117-111. Like maybe one or two more rounds, making it 117-111 or 116 to 112. But I edged them in favor of Mchunu. And just to break down the first 3 rounds, it was really the first round was a clear Mchunu round. Boxed very, very well off the outside and countered off the ropes. But Makabu was coming forward in rounds 2 and rounds 3. That's why I gave him those 2 rounds. He was coming forward, landing nice shots to the body, to the head, and really looked like he was sort of stepping up the pace and doing pretty good. But then from there on, every single round I gave to Mchunu because he boxed very, very well. I know there was a couple of really close rounds that you could have given to Makabu, but no, I mean, I thought Mchunu boxed excellently. This is what Mchunu was doing. He was boxing off the ropes, countering, not letting Makabu hit him, landing beautiful counters to the jaw, to the body, overhand lefts to the head. I mean, he was doing an amazing job. And really the only clean shots Makabu was landing were to the body sometimes, maybe a jab to the head or right hand just grazes Mchunu, something like that. But I mean, otherwise, Mchunu was doing great, and at some moments, Mchunu was actually the one backing up Makabu. That was a nice moment I saw in one of the middle rounds. I mean, he was able to back up Makabu finally, and specifically in round 5, Makabu was hit with a beautiful, perfectly placed right hook on the temple. I mean, the thing is, if Mchunu had more power, Makabu could have got knocked out cold. But, I mean, if you look at that shot that Makabu got hit with in the 5th round, all the sweat flies off his head. It's a brutal shot. I don't know how Makabu took it with his chin reputation, but still he did. But in the end, Makabu getting this highly controversial win. Comment down below your thoughts on the scorecards and your scorecard, and if you agree with mine or my analysis that Mchunu really did outbox Makabu and should have got this decision. But still, what is next for Ilunga Makabu? And I think it will be either a fight with like Canelo Alvarez, maybe later on. I know there's talks with Canelo and Charlo possibly happening, but maybe even Mchunu, or should I say Makabu, or Makabu could fight someone else in the cruiserweight division, like a unification bout with the other champions, maybe a Mairi Spirides, maybe even an Arsene Goulamiriman, the WBA champion. He's got a lot of options here in this weight class, maybe even against Lorenzo Coley on DAZN, something like that, going all the way over to the UK. I do want to see him either unify, fight Canelo, or fight a top contender in the WBC, and that's what I think will happen next. But as for Thabiso Mchunu, he's going to have to regroup here. He boxed very, very well, and Mchunu really proved that he's still top 5, or that he's top 5 in the cruiserweight division. I would like to see Mchunu possibly fight someone like a Mikhail Cieslak if he gets past his next opponent, possibly someone else in the top 10 in the cruiserweight division to get right back up on that top spot and possibly get another world title shot in the near future. But I do think he should fight someone in the top 10 in the cruiserweight division next after this performance, which was very, very good in my opinion, but the judges did not see it, even though, I mean, from my eyes, it really looked like he boxed beautifully and should have got the decision. So overall, Ilunga Makabu gets a controversial split decision victory to successfully defend his WBC Cruiserweight World title over Thabiso Mchunu in their rematch. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.